what's up guys? It's Jewel and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. This story was requested by you guys. I asked you guys if you wanted to hear about the times that I got walked in on naked, so these are the stories. Now I'm going to start out with the one that's least awkward to the one that's pretty awkward to the one that was just completely creepy, like completely intentional and totally creepy. Story number one goes like this. I was getting dressed, so in the middle of getting dressed, I was naked. I had a shirt on, but from the bottom down, I was naked. My brother's friend barged into the room, and my reaction time was pretty quick, so I immediately crouched down, and all he could really see was my head because it was behind my bed. So I'm sitting there half naked, and my brother's friend is just like, "Can I have Halo?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, sure." And I figured he would grab it for himself or maybe leave and let me get it for him. But I'm just sitting here crouched down and I'm staring at him and he's staring at me back and we're just sitting there and I'm just like, and he's like, "Are you gonna get it?" And I'm like, I can't. And he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I'm naked." And he's like, "Oh shit, sorry." But it was super awkward because I swear it went on for like 2 minutes where he's just standing in my room and I'm just crouched down next to my bed and I had no way of getting any clothes on. And I didn't want to just be like, "Hey, I'm naked. Can you leave my room?" Because it was already awkward as is. He was like 20 or something and I was like 14. So I was like, oh my God. It was just really, really awkward. I don't think he saw anything, but yeah. By the way, it wasn't creepy or anything. It was just really awkward. This next story is way worse than the first one, I have to say. All right, let me give you a little background to this story. So the person that walked in on me is my boyfriend's dad. Now, let me explain how this happened. My boyfriend's dad's main language is Spanish, but he can speak English and he can understand English, but sometimes it's hard for me to understand him because he kind of does speak with like a really, really harsh accent that's hard for me to understand. So my boyfriend's dad was under the impression that his wife was home, which is my boyfriend's mom, but she wasn't home. But he thought that she was in the bathtub, but I was in the bathtub. He was on the phone with my boyfriend's mom's dad, so he was talking to him and just having a conversation with him, and I guess that he asked to speak to my boyfriend's mom, he being her dad. I know it's kind of confusing. So my boyfriend's dad ends up knocking on the bathroom door, and he's speaking to me, and I don't know what he's saying, but I'm just like, yeah, what, okay, I'm just I don't even know what the heck he's saying. And he definitely didn't know what the heck I was saying because he thought I was my boyfriend's mom. So he's sitting there just speaking to me through the door and I'm just speaking to him from the bathtub through the door, just not knowing what the heck he's talking about. And just so you guys know, I have the shower curtain closed because I like to take baths and then I like to clean my hair while sitting in the bathtub and have the shower cleaning my hair. I know it's weird. But so I have the shower curtain closed off from the bathtub. So when someone directly walks into the bathroom, if they were to, they don't see me, they see the shower curtain. So he opens the bathroom door but doesn't walk any ass if I want to speak to my father, which it wasn't my father. He was directing this question towards David's mom, which he thought was me. And I was just really confused because I was like, what? Because at the time I didn't even know that he thought I was David's mom. I just thought that I don't know. I know he hasn't talked to my dad, so I was really, really confused. So since he opened the bathroom door, I'm already scrunched up in a ball, hiding my boobs, hiding everything possible with my legs. I am scrunched up like a freaking centipede in a ball. If you know what I'm talking about, those little roly-poly things, that is me. You can't really see anything, but I'm naked. And since I'm asking, what are you talking about? What? He ends up walking into the bathroom and he thinks I'm his mom and he just opens up the shower curtain and the look on both of our faces were just horrified, just horrified. He screamed, "You're not Jennifer!" And I was like, oh my God! It was so freaking awkward. And then he ran out of the bathroom and went and told my boyfriend and he was like, "I walked in on your girlfriend but I didn't see anything and I'm so sorry and it was so weird and so awkward but I didn't see anything, I promise." And then he told me the same thing and oh my God, it was so awkward, guys. It has to be one of the most awkward things that's ever happened to me. Honestly, it was horrible. Now, this last one is definitely the worst one. This doesn't even compare on a level of awkwardness. This one was just really, really creepy. This was another one of my brother's friends, but this friend was awful, just terrible. To this day, I would want a restraining order against this guy. He literally is the weirdest person I've ever met in my entire life. And that's coming from someone who has a lot of weird people in her life because she deals with a lot of weird people. But this person, you cannot compare. Every time my brother would have this guy over, I felt extremely uncomfortable. I just could tell by the way that he looked at me, the way he would just like, I don't know, he was just weird and eerie. So it was kind of the same situation with my brother's other friend, but like 1,000 times worse. So I was also getting dressed in my room, and my door was not locked, but it was shut. And he ended up knocking on my door. I think he was looking for like a remote control or a video game or something. All my brother's friends are gamers, and I would borrow my brother's stuff, so my brother would send them up to my room to ask for the stuff. Anyways, I told him through the door, hold on 1 second, I'm changing, because I had just gotten out of the shower. And he completely ignored that. Like, I know he heard what I said because he said okay, and he walked into the room, and I freaking screamed. I screamed and I ducked down, and it was really, really awkward because he just kind of sat there and then he left. But he didn't apologize, he didn't say anything, and he didn't even shut my door. He literally just walked out. I don't even know if he saw anything. I think he did, which makes it even, like, it grosses me out because, like, knowing the rest of the story, it makes me even more weirded out. So after that happened, I ended up just kind of staying in my room the entire night because I was really like freaked out and felt awkward, and it was just a situation that I didn't want to face. When someone walks in on you when you're naked, you don't really want to look at the person, especially if you think that they saw something. It's just like something you don't want to acknowledge, especially when you already think this person is creepy. Now get ready for this, because this shit is like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Fast forward to the night I go to bed. Now, my room, if you've seen my first ever setup video, my room is at the very top of the floor. We had like three stories to the house, and so there was a lot of stairs to climb, and my brother's room was kind of like the basement, so he's at the bottom, and my room is the 3rd story. If you're spending the night at my brother's house, not my house, you should stay on the bottom floor. You should not come to the 3rd floor where my mom, my sister, and I sleep. You should stay at the bottom with your friend. Hell, I mean, I struggled with going to the bathroom in my friends' houses. Like, I didn't even want to leave the room to go to the bathroom because I just felt awkward because it was someone else's house. So I always slept with the door shut, but I woke up in the middle of the night and my door was open. And I felt kind of weird about that. And I don't even remember why I woke up. I was a pretty, like, heavy sleeper, but I woke up anyways, so I thought it was a little weird, so I shut the door. So then I laid back down